This live coverage is brought to you by the Film Crew.
Instruments, bringing this to you live stream. Colin, last night's tussle.
Yeah, it was a good one. The Stampede came out first period, 2 quick goals in the first 10 minutes. But after that, both teams kind of settled in. Second period, you saw Botany answer back, make it 2-1. A couple minutes later, Steph Amston had a solo effort, make it 3-1, and that stood for the rest of the game.
You used that term last night about that first period, just each team feeling each other out, having to see what each other's got. And Stampede kind of came on strong, but yeah, they were pretty even after that.
I don't know if it's the penalties or they just settled into a routine, but you want to see a team, whether you're the Swarm or the Stampede, if you get that first goal, you don't want to let off the pedal.
Yeah, two quick goals is a hard one to dig out of. We have, that the talk would have been, for the Stampede, stay out of the box.
Yeah.
And obviously for the Swarm to take better advantage of the power play. That's pretty obvious, I guess.
Yeah, Swarm coming off. They lost 2 to the Admirals and they won 2, so now we'll see if that keeps going, if they lose 2 in a row or if they split this weekend. Stampede for the first 4 games, they weren't a very good first period team. Last night they were, so we'll see if they can carry that into tonight.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. And it seems like every time I talk about this, again, it's not a new game. It's sort of playing off of within 24 hours. You're playing 6 periods of hard hockey. So I guess welcome to the barn dance.
Yeah. And tonight the starting goalies are presented to you by Target Trees. We have a net for the Botany Swarm, Grace Harrison, coming in with a record of 2-2. She does, however, lead the league in shutouts with 1. She's got the only shutout. For the Stampede, we have Mr. Target Trees himself, Aston Brooks, coming in at 5-0, leading the league in both GAA wins and 3rd save percentage.
Aston Brooks is quite a hard man to beat in that net. Tonight, there's also an extra trophy on the line. We have the Toa Kohangara Ria Teo Cup on the line. So the winner of this game will take that and put it on their shelf. To be honest, I think the Stampede have had it for quite a while, Colin.
Yeah, so for those of you who don't know what it is, it's a Maori trophy that the league instituted. I'm not too sure how many years ago, but the team that has it, every home round they have it, the second game is where it's up for grabs. So it doesn't matter if you win or lose the Friday. It's all, if you're in Queenstown, it's the Saturday. If it's in Auckland, it's going to be the Sunday game.
So tonight it's for all the marbles. And I think they have it down in the score box and will be presented after the game. Perhaps that'll give them an opportunity to dust around where the trophy was, because it is pretty dusty up there because it's been there for so long.
It hasn't moved for quite a while.
All right, we'll see how we go. We're only moments off the puck drop here. And it may be cold outside, but I think things are going to heat up in here.
Yeah, another sold-out crowd here.
Yep.
In the QIA.
Referee Kenny Gustafson dropping the puck.
Yeah, Kenny normally plays for the Wellington Seals, so he decided he didn't want to play in the Airwan Cup. He wanted to ref the NZIHL this weekend.
Airwan Cup, longest running cup in New Zealand, I understand. All right, so Harrison carrying into Swarm area. Sofer puts it in front.
And we have a quick penalty here to Andy Hay.
McRae dumped on his butt, and I think there might be something in that. McRae was in the slot, and it's hard to dump. I've muscled up against McRae in some of those recreational games, and he's a hard guy to push off the puck.
That all started when Atwell tried taking a run. I think it was Connor Harrison that just dodged it, set up that odd man rush.
It's a bad place to be, having to penalty kill only moments into the first period. We'll see what happens here. Face off to the right of Harrison. Burns on the point. McRae along the boards. McRae again along the boards. Burns on the line. Amston with it in the point. Amston fires one on Grace's pads, and she covers up.
Quick stop, couple pleasantries.
Linesman Paul Scott and linesman Aaron Chisholm in there quickly to break things up.
If you can't tell which one's which, just look for the sideburns. That is Aaron Chisholm.
Yep. Are they different every week?
Yep, I believe so. Today's a lightning bolt. I saw him in the lobby.
Yeah. All right, face off McCog, facing off. Back to Burns on the point.
Fuller falling down there. We'll see how
Puck
active.
bouncing in front. No one there to pick it up. Oh, Thule just elbowing Connor Harrison.
And then a high stick to the face. It's going to be a quick 5-on-3 for the Stampede if they let the Swarm touch up.
Thule, I don't know. He had a couple runs at Connor Harrison. Something must be up.
Yeah, I believe he's still amped up from last night. You can remember he left the bench at the end of the game last night. He is quite fortunate there. He did have an elbow right to Connor Harrison's head right before.
Earlier, moments before. So I don't know. There's something must be going on. Unfriended, perhaps. I don't know. So this is going to be interesting. Huge challenge for the Botany Swarm. 5-on-3. Face off to the right.
It's about 73 seconds on the 5-on-3. A lot of time to set it up if you're the Stampede. A little bit too much time if you're the Swarm.
Burns. Amston. Sofer in the corner. Back to Amston on the point. Amston creeping in. Burns one-times it. Huge save. Grace didn't know where it bounced.
We got a broken stick from Max McCog. Smart play here by McRae, holding on to possession.
McRae waiting till Lockie Freer takes McCog's spot. Amston moves in, shot off the post, and Mike McRae, I don't think he moved off the face-off dot through that whole series, but he put it where it needed to go, Colin.
Yeah. And there's a goal for Michael McRae. Giving us a little look up here because he knows that's an Enigma hockey power play.
Yeah. See, that wasn't an Enigma stick he broke earlier. Big thanks to our sponsors that put us up here in this corporate box. Warm and cozy. A lineup of snacks. These oysters are fantastic. So thanks to those guys. Sponsored by Enigma.
And that right there is just a great start for the Stampede. If you look back, 5-on-3s, it's usually a good
indication, yeah.
Yeah, good indication of how the power play is going to go if you're scoring on the 5-on-3.
Mawson fires it down, only to the red line though, where Freer grabs it. And it rolls back on McCog's stick, who's covering for Freer. in the back zone.
We got 4 forwards out there right now. Got Harrison McCog, Lockie Freer, Van Stickle, and Adam Sofer.
Good work by Hopkins there. And trying to clear it just to the red line, though, where Freer grabs it. Turns it around to his brother, Lachlan Freer. Takes the shot. Harrison covering up. And again, man, a lot of dancing going on in the barn tonight. Pleasantries exchanged. I think Lockie's going to get a little bit of a sit down. 4-4. 17 minutes, 18 seconds left in this first period, and it's 1-0. Much like last night's game, stamped an early goal.
2-minute roughing penalty to Lachlan Freer. Sometimes if you look up in the rule book, it is also 2 minutes for being too strong.
Just too powerful, yeah.
4-on-4, a lot of ice here.
Atwell facing off for the Swarm. Behind the net goes Freer. Fires it up to McCray. McCray across to Sofer, steps through. Sofer getting dragged down. No penalty. Obviously, referee thought defended well.
The crowd didn't quite agree with that call.
No, there's hundreds of referees out there on the seats. Behind the net, McCray and Mawson collide. There's a fair bit of two big bodies. Burns being dogged heavily. Finally, Mitchell Freer clears it out just where McCray picks it up. And takes McCray down, takes Mawson down.
Just returning the favor from that previous exchange in the other zone.
No love lost. Those two. Harrison behind the net, stops it.
55 seconds left on the Swarm power play here.
Swarm start to move it out. Sandoy across to Kozak. Kozak takes it to the corner. Back to Thuler on the point. Thuler back to Kozak. Kozak behind the net. Centering where Hurley just bumps it out into Swarm territory. Big hello to the Dobson family. You're probably watching from home. Nigel and Rebecca. Mawson with it. Mawson, cross ice. Big shot, blocked somewhere before it hit the goaltender. Grace Harrison comes out of the net, clears it up. And Freer with it now in his own zone. Fires it down. Lockie Freer comes out of the box. Backhand, just high. Another sneaky little out-of-the-box play. Did he do that last night? Was that him? Or no, that was McCog that skated out of the box. Shot. Great save by Harrison. Point blank by Lockie Freer. Freer again with it. Shot. Off a skate to the corner. Mawson on his own blue line. Max McCog centering. Can't get it to Lockie. And finally bumped out for the Swarm. We're coming, picks it up over the blue line.
Offside.
Puckett, I think, was in front of him. Forward pass over the blue line. That old.
Yeah, as you see, once those penalties are done, back to much like it was yesterday in the first, back and forth.
Lots of end-to-end, Colin. Good to see. Aston Brooks hasn't really been tested yet. Now I got to be careful that I don't curse this. True. Cross ice, Amston. Amston flick up to Sofer, who's bumped off as he enters Swarm. Well, Remy Sando going. Sando, little bit of a retaliation, and referee Kenny Gustafson picked that up. That was after the play, so unnecessary.
Not a penalty you want to take, and not a good penalty to take.
No, unnecessary. The play had moved on. In fact, they were carrying the puck at the time.
That's one of those plays where, as a D, if the ref's not looking, you try to get away with it. But unluckily for Sandoy,
Colin, you would have never tried that sort of stuff, I'm sure.
back in the day, there was nothing I wouldn't do.
Back in the day. So Hopkins facing off for the Swarm. Swarm having to test their penalty kill. Mawson can't clear it. Chipped up, but not out. Batting at a bouncing puck. Harrison takes it around to McCray on the boards. McCray. He's got Burns on the point.
You'll notice a different setup today as well on the power play. Stampede have gone to the overload, whereas yesterday we were relying on the umbrella.
McCray with it on the red line. Thuler dances past Amston. And Connor Harrison putting Thuler down. And Burns takes it behind his net. Boy, things are heating up. Amston past Thuler. And Johnson just gets a piece of Amston's shot. And it rolls behind the net. Mawson picks it up in the corner. Lead pass to Johnson. Can't quite grab it. And Burns
uses the net. Quick change for both teams.
Burns, red line. Up to McCray on the blue line. Picked up by Sofer. Back to McCray, who misses it. And Burns is forced all the way back into his own zone. Nice little dance to beat Polozov. Freer pushed off by Puckett. And Polozov has it. Polozov drags it into his own zone.
About 20 seconds left on this power play.
Hay out there, Andy Hay from the blue line fires it down. 12 minutes, 25 seconds left in the period as Freer robs Puckett. Now Sofer over the blue line, keeps it in. Harrison McCog, shot from a short angle. Puck bouncing on the deep slot, but nobody could get a handle, and it's cleared all the way down the ice. Penalty's over.
Yep, back to even strength. Good kill there by the Swarm.
Freer, Pratt touches it on the blue line. Can't get a handle on it. Somehow ends up with it in the neutral zone. Fires it in. And Thuler. Not sure what the call is there. We'll sort it out. Great time to thank our sponsors. Big thanks to SkyCity Queenstown. Eventifine, Upholstery Warehouse, MediaWorks and Sign It Signs, Impact, James Allen Photography. Big thanks to all those sponsors. Please support those businesses. They help us out, and I'm sure they'll help you out too. Pass over to Carson Pratt, who loses it on the blue line. Bad pass. And Mawson getting a couple hits along the boards there.
I don't think there's a shift that's gone by without a Mawson hitter block shot this weekend.
True, bats it, and a high stick will be called, a defensive high stick. So that was a shot on Aston Brooks. Good save, but the puck was flying into the slot. Don't forget NASCO Factory and Concrete Brothers, AWS Legal and Queenstown Health. Cook Brothers Construction all contribute to make the Stampede who they are.
Yeah, being a pay-to-play league, the sponsors are very much needed. Without them, I don't think any of the players would be able to play.
Only guys like us that get paid, eh, Colin? Atwell trying to keep it in, can't. And Burns picks it up in his own zone. Freer, back to Burns, up to Amston, who can't get a piece of, or got a piece of it and taps it into the bench. So here we are, 10 minutes, 37 seconds left in this first period.
In case you were glued to YouTube early, you would have seen that the Canterbury Red Devils beat the Auckland Admirals 3-2 in overtime. Chris Eden, the all-time leading scorer, had 2 goals and 1 assist.
He got the final goal in that too.
Yep.
Great to see. So South Island stamping their dominance at the moment. Swarm trying to clear it out, but it's dumped back in. Sandoy puts it up. Liston Lee. It looks like a penalty. So delayed penalty. Sandoy's.
Looks like an inadvertent high stick by Mitchell Freer on Remy.
It's usually not Mitchell's position in the box, so 2 minutes for a high stick, I guess that'll be. Little discussion going on there. Big thanks to now reinforcing and precast for supporting the Swarm, as well as Moport Electrical, and of course Dynasty Clothing supporting the Swarm. I'm sure every team has their major and minor sponsors. Big thanks to you guys listening.
So it is only going to be 2 minutes for high sticking. Remy does have a little bit of blood out of the nose, but when the ref has the player turn his back to him, he never knows if it's him causing the blood or if it was the actual stick. I believe that's why Kenny kept it at 2.
Discretionary. Thule takes that shot. And
I had that happen in the States. I got a high stick. The ref looked at me. There was no blood. Then I started turning back to the bench. My nose started gushing. He said, sorry.
I can't call it.
Can't call it because it wasn't there initially. So it's a break for the Stampede.
That's what you get for being a slow bleeder, Colin.
Yeah.
Oh. Harrison McCogg tries to clear it, and the low beam once again collects the puck. And it goes down to the offside circle. So, you know, that early goal, and then it's kind of, well, which was a 5-on-3, but after that it's been quite even, Colin.
Yeah, it's back again to what can the Swarm do on their power play. Yesterday was a lot of one-and-dones. We'll see if they can have any sustained pressure today.
Yeah, Thuler with it. Carries it into over the blue line. And
Cam Poo-Poo True says not today.
Connor Harrison just rails it all the way down. Polozov with it now. Polozov over the red line.
You might notice that Polozov's skating a little better tonight. I had to sharpen his skates before the game, 5/8 inch.
Do you do that for the other team? Oh my goodness. Sandoy from the point. Polozov in the corner. Moving around. Much more control here.
Yep.
But Stampede's doing a great job of pushing him out. Atwell with it. Being dogged now. And finally they do keep it in. And Amston's forced to give chase. Trying to get it out. Mawson ends up with it. Mawson in the corner. And it's kept in by Vortinov.
By Vortinov.
Yeah, bouncing puck. Hard one to get. Big save. Aston Brooks. How he saw that or whether he saw that, but he pulled it off. Polozov with it. 10 seconds left in the penalty. Vortinov. Shot. Brooks, puck bouncing in front dangerously. But Stampede changing their horses.
Much better power play by the Swarm there.
Much better control. That cycling. Stampede did a great job of pushing them out.
They're still going to want to fix up the one and done. So they had quite a few shots.
Yeah.
They weren't able to be the ones who were getting there first.
Sandoy with it. Being pressured by Sofer. It rolls out along the boards. Hay clearing it. Forcing Burns back, and icing is the call. Geez, 7 minutes, 28 seconds left. And it's marched all the way back.
Swarm aren't happy right now because there was just an icing that was waved off by a linesman. Clear icing on the Stampede. And then 10 seconds later, ends up being an icing on the Swarm. Stampede were struggling in face-offs on their backhand yesterday, so you're seeing a lot of left hand to the side of Grace Harrison draws today.
See how this goes. Point, shot. Grace gobbling that up, settling things down. Nice shot by Mitchell Freer, well placed. But Grace saw it all the way.
No change on the icing, so that quick whistle. Swarm get out there with Kozak, Robbins, Hopkinson, and Johnson.
Puck drop behind the net. Hay bumps it up to Johnson, but Burns picks it up and bumps it back in. Hopkinson across to Johnson over the blue line. Pushed off the puck by Burns. Centering. And Sulphur spins it around to McCrae. Back to Freer. Freer over the red line, firing it on net. Where Mawson picks it up and fires it all the way down the ice, forcing Freer to boogie again for it. Johnson chasing. And here's a chance for Sulphur. Puck rolls onto his stick in the red line, and he's bumped off the puck by Pooler. And Mawson goes after it against.
That shift is a great example of what you get when you have Adam Sulphur in your lineup.
Yeah, just ended up on his stick. He knew where to be. Right place, right time.
Every hockey player loves the cliches, and Adam Sulphur plays the right way. Chips it in, chips it out.
Chips. Puck rolls around in front. Open up. Puts it behind the net to Sandoy. Remy Sandoy starts to move up with it, but he's being harassed by Carson Pratt.
A little cross-check to the head by Mawson.
Yeah, Mawson's really aggressive tonight, I'll say. Corner. Bit of a scrum going on there. And it rolls around to the far corner where Mawson picks it up. And then Stickle has a go. And Mawson bulldozes his way through a couple players. And puck gobbled up as it's marched down by the Swarm. Shot on net and gobbled up by Aston Brooks with only 5 minutes, 18 seconds left. 1-0 in this first period. No penalties on the board, no penalties at the moment. 5-on-5 hockey.
I do think you're going to see captains or coaches talking to the ref at the Intermission. A lot of head-high hits going on right now.
Yes, I'm seeing that.
Something that the double IHF,
they're
NHL,
trying to
everything's trying to rub down on. So
trying to get rid of all that. Harrison McCogg fires it at Sandoy.
Hand pass.
Not intentional by any means, but it did work. So face off in the offside dot. You can complain, but there's only one hometown linesman on tonight. Last night, big thanks to Nick Flight and Aaron Chisholm and Sideburns Chisholm.
Yep.
And it's railed in by Freer to the corner. And the Swarm march it up to the neutral zone where True just turns it around. Mawson comes in hard against the boards, against McCogg. And it's battled for on the blue line. And Freer picks it up and just dumps it back in. Mawson picks it up behind the boards, behind the net, along the boards. Dances past McCogg. And Johnson over the blue line. Tries to step past Freer, but they end up in the corner. Tom Coyle out there now. Gives Mawson a bump against the boards. And Freer with it. Freer, great pass to Harrison McCogg. McCogg's got a little bit of room. Shot, big rebound. Oh my goodness, lucky Freer.
Thought he scored, but he didn't.
Yeah, counting his chickens before they hatch. And Burns. McCog. Boy, that was a great shot. Big open puck sitting on the goal line. Great work by the Swarm to keep that out.
Yeah, good shot for a rebound from McCog.
So Burns over the blue line. McCray shot. In the corner. Sandoy takes a hit from Harrison.
Got C.J. Kemp first shift of the game out there.
Kemp trying to keep up to Vartanov. Big shot. As Atwell takes it and passes behind the net to Puckett. Puckett in the corner now. Puckett railed up against the boards by Burns. He's got help from Sofer. Puck rolls in front. Kemp taps it back to Sofer along the boards. Burns behind the net. Slowing things down. 2 minutes, 41 seconds left. 1-0. Anybody's game still. Big lead pass. McCray giving the boys a change. And the puck rolls onto True Stick. There'll be a slashing for Connor Harrison.
A little bit of a weak call, if you ask me. It's not very often you have a one-handed slashing call on the shin pads, but
yeah, holy mackerel! Have you felt the temperature of this hot tub? It is gorgeous. You might just have to have a few minutes in the hot tub between periods. Man, it's gorgeous up here in the corporate box. Thuler, Mawson, Hopkins takes a shot.
just
Hampson almost takes Thuler's head off with a shot just to clear it down. And Carson Pratt gives chase as Thuler over the blue line. Back to Thuler, red line, blue line. Johnson takes that shot. Great save by Brooks. Mawson on the blue line. Puts it on the net. Brooks makes a beautiful save. Again, Brooks stands up. Holy mackerel, the brick wall. And again, cleared out, giving the Stampede another chance to change horses. Aston Brooks, 3 consecutive shots on him, and he leg save, chest save, foot save.
He's earning that paycheck tonight.
Yeah, the big money. Goaltender, big money.
But you're seeing a big difference with the Swarm power play tonight.
Kept in by Polozov. Polozov. Shot high and narrow. Andy Hay. Backhand by Freer. Can't get it out again. Polozov back to Sandoy on the blue line. Sandoy shot wide. Polozov picks it up. 34 seconds left in this penalty. Great work by the Swarm controlling that puck in that zone for a change.
Yep.
In front, puck rolling around and finally cleared by Max McCog.
Just having that extra 10, 15 seconds of possession makes such a difference on the power play. Hasn't shown up on the scoreboard yet, but I can guarantee you they're feeling a lot more confident when
they're looking
penalties.
a lot more organized in that offensive zone. Lead pass to Sofer. Sofer can't quite get past Thuler. And Sandoy ends up with it in his own zone.
But I don't know what you can expect to happen when you have the speed of McCray and Sofer out there on the PK.
Stop it. So McCray taps it into the neutral zone.
And for those watching, we are going to have a little cross-ice 4-on-4 with the U12 boys here from Queenstown.
Fantastic. Guess what? That's the end. By the way, if you too are interested in a career in announcing, just go to the website. I'm sure they'll have a pathway for you to become an announcer just like us. It's rewarding, the people you meet. So we're going to stay on and have a look at these younger players, cross ice. I think things are going to heat up, Colin. Those hard hits are just going to continue, And maybe tempers may flare, words may be said, feelings may be hurt.
Yeah, it's going to be one of two things. Either there's going to be a lot more penalties called, or it could get away from Kenny.
There was quite a spate of, you're right, those harsher hits. And here they are, Batman's against Spider-Man's, the Superheroes Deluxe.
Yeah, so we do have Jeff Parrott, Cash Heather, Kingston Heather, Mason Rout, Lincoln Moore, Caden Moore, Kobe Thurston, and Raph J. They only put J as his last name because they can't speak French.
Puck dropped. Spider-Man into Batman territory.
Both head coaches told their backups to get in the net.
Crash the net.
You got
rats to cheese.
You got Parr in net for the Spider-Man. Looks like you got Matt Schwartz, the living legend, in net for Batman.
So here we go. Batman trying to get it out of their own zone. Batman has a chance here. Shot.
Oh, big save by Parr.
Parr pulls off a skate save there. Lincoln Moore with it, I think. Yeah, Lincoln Moore. Stick handling in the corner. Raphael with it behind the net. Spider-Man trying to get it out.
Though there may be differing sizes, are all U12s here in Queenstown. Oh, here's a chance.
Lincoln Moore fires it on net. Raphael.
Out to Caden Moore, brother of Lincoln. Here's Mason Rout. And a goal.
Scores! Big shot from the blue line.
Mason Rout following in the footsteps of his dad. I'm sure a lot of you have heard the name Rout.
Synonymous with hockey.
Yep. Well, it looks like Raph J has found his place on the ice at the blue line like Pavel Bure.
Shot just hitting the post. Big shot. Lincoln Moore with it now. Being bumped around by his brother. Big hits there by number 19. Just tangling up with everyone. Inspired by the Stampede, I guess. Picked up, taken around the net. Stops, turns around. Puck rolls beside the net. Centering pass, chance off a skate. Young Jet down there, 15's Spider-Man is
Callum Burns'
nephew.
Yep.
Yes, so I see only good things. So we got lots of routes.
We have number 18 in Spider-Man, Kobe Thurston. The name might sound familiar because his sister, a couple weekends ago, ended up scoring 3 goals in that intermission game.
That's right. So he's got something to prove, I think.
Yeah.
Dad was saying.
Pretty even game so far.
One lucky goal. Oh, here it is. Breakaway.
Oh, great stick work.
Huge save there.
I believe that was Cash.
Cash Heather.
Yeah.
Son of Richie Heather. Another old-time hockey player from many moons ago. Still playing some social. Oh, big save by Parr.
Nice little backhand by Raph.
Still controlling it. Great work. Centering pass. No one there to get that. Lincoln Moore takes that shot, and Parr makes the save. Lincoln Moore picks up a loose puck in front of the net. Cash Heather, I think, trying to drag it around behind the net. Lincoln Moore, shot on net. Puck rolls in front. Spider-Man trying to get it out of their own zone.
Actually, correction, Lincoln and his brother are playing again. Oh, and Lincoln with a goal.
Lincoln Moore sinks one. You're right. The younger Moore.
And Caden was right there. He didn't like that.
No, Caden took it in the back. He's not happy. I think his brother might have done it to him too.
Tried hitting big brother.
And that ends it. 2-0 for the Batman. Huge play.
Big win for Batman.
By the way, is that Boniface out there?
Paulie Bennett and Lucy Boniface, two Wakatipu Wild hockey players.
Yep, representing the women's.
Jet, get in the photo! I haven't seen Callum Burns smile in a while, but he's got his nephew there with him.
Yeah. Boy, this would be, standing there with their heroes.
Yeah.
We can all reflect back on those moments as a young child. It was only yesterday for me. My first indoor game, I was 12 years old, skating outside until then, having to shovel the rink. I tell this story to all the kids. They're bored with it now.
Saskatchewan life right there.
Yep. Shovel the rink before the game. That was your warm-up. Toes so cold you couldn't feel them.
Yeah, a lot of Kiwis don't believe it, but back in high school, you'd be skating on the ODR. It's minus 35, minus 40, but you got your T-shirt on.
Yeah.
Because here when it gets -1, people say it's cold.
Oh, let me tell you about cold.
All the Canadians walking around with their long sleeve shirts still.
Yeah, cold enough. I don't know if I could say this. If you pee outside, you have to keep backing up.
Yep.
Or else you'll poke yourself. If I can't say that, we'll just scratch it. We're editing this, aren't we? Yeah. Oh, anyway, we're going to take a break. I need a break. I'm Dave Dumnick, and with me is Colin McIntosh, and we're bringing you the second period in a few moments.
This live coverage is brought to you by the Film Crew. This live coverage is brought to you by the film crew.
And we're back. Second period. Battle between the SkyCity Stampede and the Botany Swarm. Here in the old barn, it's cold outside, but things are really warm in here. Colin, what's your breakdown on that last period?
Power plays, power plays, power plays. Just like yesterday, there was a lot of them in the first. And just like yesterday, the Swarm couldn't bury. But with that, they did get a lot more chances. You see them having a lot more confidence with the puck.
Control.
They're still
possession.
They still are trying to make that extra pass. There was the one time when Vordanov had the puck at the top of the circle. Instead of just passing the puck over to Atwell at the top, he tried going cross ice.
Intercepted.
Stampede intercepted. Split up the momentum a bit, but if they just keep it simple, their power play is going to, I'd assume, surely bury one, but with the way Aston Brooks is playing, it's going to take a Hail Mary for that to happen.
Yes, that's got to be the discouraging thing. You may break through all of those quality Stampede players, but then you still have to face up against the brick wall.
Yeah.
We're looking at just moments away from the puck drop here. Little reminder, this is also the battle for the cup. The Toa Kohanga Riri Teo Cup, which the winner of this game will take that, put it in their cabinet, and we'll see what happens. It's only a 1-0 game.
Looks like both teams are starting their second lines to start the period.
Referee Kenny Gustafson, and linesman Aaron Chisholm and linesman Paul Scott. The Sheriffs in town. Sulphur over the red line. He's got McRae, and Connor Harrison can't quite take that shot from the slot. Finally, Swarm get it up and out. Where Atwell takes it over the blue line. Shot. And Brooks, glove save. Slowing things down, giving a line change.
Yeah, if you don't see a puck for 20 minutes, that's a good first one to see if you're a goaltender.
It was going a little wide, but he just...
A little 60 mile an hour shot.
Face off to the right of Aston Brooks. You were commenting on the majority of the offensive wins. We'll see what happens here. The face-off wins deep in those zones, not so much. True with it, true. And Harrison McCog muscled off the puck along the boards, and McRae finally ends up with it, taps it up and out, where Mawson's forced to go back into his own zone to get it. And offsides call is Amston picked up a loose puck and rifles one on. Boy, that must have been much in that as the Stampede tried to clear the zone.
Yeah, a couple missed passes there by the Swarm.
All
Went
right.
to that chance, but Steph Amson was a little too giddy.
Mawson gives chase to the corner. Up to Amston. Oh, Amston ends up with it and fires it out wide of the net. Harrison McCog. Kozak sends it to Johnson, who sends it to the corner. Hay on it. Hay takes that shot, and Brooks gloves it. Just slows things down. Good time for a line change. Both teams freshening up.
It's a good shot by Andy Hay, but Stampede D out there. True and Amson were able to box out, giving Aston Brooks the eyes.
Burns and Freer out there. Now, Burns rails it along the boards, but it's lost to the Swarm. Winston Lee bumps it behind the net. And it rolls along the boards. And it finally hits the neutral zone, forcing Van Sickle gives chase against Hay. And Carson Pratt bumps it into the zone. And Sandoy to Winston Lee, bailed up by Carson Pratt. And Polozov bumped off the puck just by Van Sickle. Van Sickle giving chase. Everybody taking offense to that.
Yeah, Van Sickle just sticking to that ratty play.
Polozov cross ice to Mawson. Mawson along the boards. Off a shin pad to the corner. And Van Sickle bumps it up to Hurley. Hurley trying to step past Thuler. Thuler can't get Hurley. And finally, Connor Harrison, ends up with it in the neutral zone.
Adam Silver picks it up.
Freer literally hit Silver. McRae puts it on net. Kicked out, turned around. Atwell now marches it over the blue line. Great end-to-end hockey. Atwell can't march it in. Pushed to the corner by Burns. Atwell still kicking it around along the corner. Still has it.
It's not every shift you see a hit by Michael McRae.
No. And we've got a penalty coming. Not sure what that was for, to be honest. Connor Harrison being sent home, or sent to the box.
I believe it might be one of those hitting too hard penalties again.
Yes.
Clean hit, but when you hit as hard as Connor,
It looks bad.
Yeah, roughing.
Yeah.
I've come to realize more and more when you see the roughing call, it literally means you just hit the person too hard. There weren't any hands up in the air. Nobody was complaining. Just a heavy, heavy hit. Unfortunately, people are trying to take away hitting.
Stampede getting it out. There's a chance. Max McRae, great effort there. Huge work. Taken down in the corner though, where Kozak picks it up in his own zone. Starts to get some steam up over the red line. Drags it over the blue line. Across to Sandoy on the blue line. Sandoy takes a shot. Easy blocker save by Brooks. And Harrison McCog rails it behind the net. 1 minute, 23 seconds left in this penalty. Johnson with it on his blue line. Taps it up. For Kozak.
Couple
Moves it
quick changes for both teams.
over the red line. Big work in the corner there. And Lockie Freer gets a handle on it. Puts it all the way down the ice. Chewing up time. 53 seconds left in the penalty. Connor Harrison for roughing. Polozov gets ahead of steam up. Red line, blue line. Back to Vortinov. Vortinov in the corner. Being bothered by Freer, but it ends up on at the point on Thuler's stick, and he takes a shot. Polozov cross to Mawson. Mawson, little tap, makes it through, but kicked away. And 11 seconds left. Great penalty kill. Great penalty kill by the Stampede.
A little bit of gamesmanship there by Callum Burns.
Oh, a little shot by Mawson again. And Aston Brooks gloves that down. Was there even a whistle during that?
Didn't appear so, no.
During that entire penalty kill, so well done. Maybe one.
Not sure if LeBrunton caught that on camera, but Thuler's stick was caught in the
boards.
Caught in the boards, and just so happened that it was in the flight path of a Stampede player.
That old chestnut Harrison gets it out from behind the net. Back to Amston on the point. Amston cross ice to Coyle. Coyle takes a shot and saved by Harrison. Hits the low timber above the net. So face-off will be in that zone.
Yeah, those Zamboni doors and those public skating doors aren't fans of hockey sticks.
No.
Especially the ones in Dunedin. You've seen a lot of sticks break over there.
Face-off to the left of Grace Harrison. Mawson in the corner with Sofer. Sofer puts him on his butt, but Mawson ends up with it, and Sofer ends up battling him again, and Johnson has it on the blue line. Mike McRae in there too. And Sofer cross ice to Connor Harrison, who can't get the shot away. McRae
throws Thuler to the side.
Thuler just looks at the referee, but again, you know, if it's a clean hit, there's no need for any of that. And
definitely not a body you want to be going up against if you're not expecting the hit.
No. Harrison McCock can't get a handle on it. He's railed up against the boards. And Thuler with it now. Over the blue line, left unattended as Polozov picks up that pass. And it's kicked out just over the blue line where Thuler dances with it past a couple. And it ends up in the corner. Polozov with it. Polozov maneuvering. Fair gives Thuler a little bit of a bump. Bit hemmed in where the Stampede for a moment there. Chance here as Thuler drags behind his own net, being dogged by
who else but Harry McCogg?
Harrison McCogg.
It's going to turn into an ice on the Swarm.
Yeah. So that pressure, so that all came from Harrison McCogg dogging behind the net. Some quick passes which weren't connected, and now we have an icing, trapping the Swarm not able to change and trapping them deep in their own zone on this face-off.
This is one of those instances where taking the puck back does not pay off.
Not with Harrison McCogg involved. It's like a magnet. Puck bounces around behind the net uncomfortably, and Carson Pratt or Hurley fires it around behind the net. Freer waits to clear the zone and then fires it in. Mawson puts Van Stickle down. And Mawson and Visick having words. Van Stickle can't. High stick. Great pressure by Van Stickle. He took a good hit by Mawson, but instead of complaining, he just got back in the play.
Yeah, no point complaining if the call's not being made.
All right, face off in the center dot.
It's almost a carbon copy of yesterday's second period. A lot of back and forth.
McCray.
I think that's Steen's
First shift.
first time seeing him out there.
Yep. Atwell with it. Atwell loses it on the red line, taps it. Brooks comes out of the net. And True with it in the his own corner. Big lead pass to McCray. What's McCray all the way on the red line? Connor Harrison getting dragged down by Atwell. And Sandoy with it in the neutral zone. Hits Atwell, taps it in behind the net. And here's some big lead pass to Connor Harrison. Takes it behind the net. He's being dogged by two, Mawson and Sandoy. And Atwell ends up with it. Puckett ends up with it. Cross to Hobskinson. Puck rolling around dangerously in front as Brooks is dragged out of position.
Here's a slashing call coming up to Kozak. A little dipsy-do by McCray leads to that.
Bit of work. Big skate for Aston Brooks.
Yeah.
Trying to get out, get that sixth man on. Delayed penalty.
Much like that slashing call on Harrison in the first period, that's just a byproduct of hearing it rather than seeing it. He heard something, saw a hand flail.
Yes.
A little bit of gamesmanship going both ways tonight.
Bit
Always good to see the games within the game.
Perhaps a soccer game may break out.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Got the second unit right now with Lockie Freer, Daniel Van Stickle,
taking
Harrison McCog, Mitchie Freer, and Callum Burns.
big centering pass. Van Stickle couldn't get a piece of it. And Freer bumps it. Hay gathers it up, pushes it around behind the net. Mitchell, Callum Burns, Mitchell Freer has it now. Freer along the boards. It's got Lockie who's hanging back. Mitchell in the corner. Lockie takes that shot, collects Hay. I don't think Hay's liking that. It's a good shot by Lockie Freer. On target. Andy Hay with it. Can't get it out. Kept in. Railed around, and Van Stickle gives chase. And Van Stickle's going to get a hooking.
Yeah, not a penalty a coach likes seeing. An offensive zone power play.
Yeah. That old chestnut. I think. All right, so now it's back 4-on-4. 2 minutes in Van Stickle's penalty and 1 minute 10 left in the penalty to the
Both head coaches putting up the
Swarm.
speed right now. Atwell, Polozov, McCray, and Sofer.
Amston drags it behind his net. Cross to True. Right onto Mawson's stick. Mawson hits Polozov. And McCray giving chase as Thuler tries to pass. Hits Atwell, takes it in. Atwell with it in the corner. And Polozov. Atwell takes that shot, tight angle, cleared up, but not icing, so.
For 4-on-4, there's not much in the way of end-to-end speed going on right now. It's
No.
more just hold the puck, wait for that power play, 7 seconds.
Firing it all the way down the ice again. Goalie stopped it, so no icing.
We got 49 seconds left as Harrison McCog trips over his bench.
Mawson marching it. Still muscles his way past Max McCog and takes it all the way behind the net where Hopkinson picks it up. Back to the point, shot, just wide. Great work by Harrison McCog, who gets it out, forcing the Swarm to have to clear the zone. That chin strap's not done up on his helmet, is it?
No.
So, just saying.
Back to even strength.
So there we go. Kept in. Van Stickle dumps it across, but Sandoy. Van Stickle with it now over the blue line. Van Stickle back to McCog. McCog takes a shot too high, and it's cleared all the way down the ice by Kozak.
Just waved off by Scott.
And big lead pass by Freer to Van Stickle, who taps it in behind Grace Harrison. Remy Sandoy marches it out. Polozov on the red line now. Winston Lee.
Nice little controlled breakup by the Swarm there.
There's another hit by True that's going to be called for hitting.
Oh, I believe that's another one. 2 minutes for hitting too hard. Sorry, roughing.
Roughing,
my
yeah.
My mistake. Does seem to be a very prominent call in the NZIHL this year. I think there's two solutions. Players should grow a couple inches, or the Stampede need to stop going to the gym. Those are the two options we have to get rid of the roughing calls.
All right, face off deep in that zone to the right, to the left of Aston Brooks. Cleared out by the Stampede. Kozak behind the net. Polozov still has it. Takes it to the corner, drags it around, dances with it.
Now
back to the point. Mawson, nice controlled shot. Vortanov with it in the corner.
What I don't understand is why Polozov doesn't do that every breakout. He has the ability, he has the option, and it'll work every time.
Mawson with it on the blue line. Mawson takes that controlled shot, looking for a deflection. Polozov in the corner. Polozov. And this gives the boys a chance to change the horses.
Exactly 1 minute to go on the power play.
Face off in that Stampede zone. 5 minutes, 52 seconds left in this second period. 1-0 only. Lots of end-to-end hockey. Sandoy with it on the blue line. Sandoy to the corner. Railed around. Off of Paul Scott's skate, who kicks it back into the zone. And it's finally fired all the way down where Grace Harrison stops it.
Stampede got a lucky break there as the Swarm did touch it when it went back in the zone, but linesman didn't see it, which
would have had a face-off there.
Yeah, instead it's 25 seconds off the clock.
Kozak with it now. Kozak. Harrison McCog bumps into him and goes down. Sandoy takes it to the corner. Hay rails it around behind the net. Shot. Closing in, trying to wrap around, tries the old wrap around. But Aston Brooks, he's far too old to fall for that old trick. Slides across quickly, jams his pads up against those posts and stops that.
Some good quick thinking there by Janssen. A lot of goalies might not expect that. We got 4 seconds left on this PK.
Could be dangerous if Stampede get a handle on it.
Kenny's there telling the team, I'm number 1.
Yeah.
But in reality, he's giving them their first warning for delay a game. Taking too long to make their change. And with that, we're back to even strength.
Tumbling down in the corner, and True ends up with it. Starts to march it up. Over the blue line goes Sofer. Over the red line, fires it in, round behind the net. Harrison leaves for Amston. Amston takes that shot wide. True fires it in behind, and it's gathered up. Mawson with it behind his own net. Mawson starts to get some steam up, but stopped by Sofer. And Thuler has a big miss right in front of the net, leaving the puck gliding in front of Grace Harrison, who had to gobble that up quickly. Dangerous.
Not normally the players you'd want to give that puck to in the slot. Connor Harrison or Adam Silver. I was going to say Aston Brooks, but I don't think we're going to be seeing him in the offensive slot anytime soon.
Mike McRae having words. So face off to the left. To the left of Grace Harrison. Hurley takes it to the corner. Centering, no one there. Now Puckett, red line, over the blue line. He's got Vorton off, but he chooses to take the shot, and Brooks just gobbles that up.
It's another one of those, if he can see it, he's going to stop it.
Yeah.
The Swarm are getting a lot more chances tonight, but unfortunately for them, the Stampede are doing well with boxing them out.
And Brooks is playing outstanding. Behind the net goes Burns. Leaves it for Freer. Fires it up to Hurley. Hurley to Pratt. Pratt takes it over the blue line and dumps it on the net. And Grace does a great job of robbing Van Stickle at the last second. I ordered, I went on Amazon and I ordered some chickens and some eggs. I'll let you know which one comes first. Sorry.
Not even going to entertain that one tonight, Dave.
So 3 minutes, 39 seconds left in this second period. Still 1-0 game. Could be a real interesting third if this sticks like this.
Personally, when I want chicken, I just go to Fresh Choice and buy the chicken breasts.
No, I go to this Queenstown Arena. Chicken wings. Whoa, nothing better. Try the
lemon pepper is my go-to.
McCog forced to give chase, but Janssen picks it up. Behind the net goes Burns, dodges a hit. Stampede trying to get it out of their zone. Finally do that, just to the neutral zone.
3 minutes to go. We got another sound effect call coming up. Looks like a slashing call is going to be that.
Grace is finally going to move. And Mawson with it on the blue line, and they have a sixth player out. Mawson pushes his way through. And finally, Freer gets control of the puck, which causes a whistle for the delayed penalty. Interesting last few minutes here in the second period.
Now, as a player, I would definitely argue that call. In hockey, you hear the terminology stick on stick. Literally means you can put your stick on the other player's stick. But for that play right there, it appears that Kenny doesn't agree.
It made too much noise.
Yeah. No bearing on the play, no effect on the play, except for the sound.
All right, face off to the left of Aston Brooks. Atwell facing off to the Swarm. 2 minutes, 41 seconds left in the period, and 2-minute penalty to the Stampede. What's going to happen here? Vortnoff with Polozov. Shot. Tapped out by McRae and Sofer, where Sandoy bobbles it a bit, and it's forced onto Grace Harrison's stick. Polozov all the way down to that. He's got Vortanov with him, but he's tangled up. Polozov ends up with it on the blue line, spins around. Shot off the timber. Great opportunity for the boys to change up if they need it. Once again, the Stampede are doing a great job. You say that the Swarm is keeping control, but the Stampede is doing a great job of keeping them out of the danger zone.
They're going from the box to the diamond, spacing, all that. The Swarm on the PK, you like it when they have it on the walls.
Yeah, no threat. Good backhand by Harrison.
And you're seeing the Swarm, a lot of the shots they're taking, it's not from the top. It's from the half wall where they're gaining possession. It's not one time in it.
Great rob by Harrison. Kozak with it now, blue line. Marches it in, shoots high and wide.
Nice pass. I'm not sure that was a shot, it was more of a pass.
Not sure, no. Shot, just wide, but Brooks makes easy work of it. And Mawson with it over the blue line. Mawson leaves for Kozak. Kozak spins around, being dogged by Carson Pratt. Centering. And McCog just dumps it down the ice.
By the time Mawson touches it, we'll have 20 seconds left on the power play.
And about a minute left in the period. And that gives the boys a chance to change up as well, which is quite important. Get fresh legs out there. Pass back from Brooks as Atwell tries to dance around with it. McCog pushing Sandoy against the boards. Fantastic work. And we're back to full strength, so well done for the Stampede.
About 20 seconds left in the period here.
As Sandoy marches over the blue line. Stopped by McRae. McRae having to
ill-advised change there by Harrison
unlucky,
McCog.
Unlucky for Harrison. McRae was looking, but Harrison had it back there and was moving to the bench. Oh. And things start to unravel. Someone tugged on that thread.
And that right there, this entire skirmish is a result of a missed knee or a trip, or one of the two by Vortanov on Burns. After the whistle, no call by the ref. The Stampede see that. Automatic retaliation, and this ensues. If the ref's hand goes up right away, this isn't going to happen. But from a player's perspective, I can tell you, when you're having a lot of missed calls, or you feeling like there's a lot of missed calls, you're being slighted.
Frustration takes its toll.
I believe the last 4 penalties that period were against the Stampede. And you see them talking to the refs saying, hey, it's going both ways, but you're not calling it both ways. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here.
Yeah. So Cameron Freer has sent Mitchell Freer out to talk to Kinney, head referee. Wow, exciting stuff happening all the way to the end. Maybe the Zamboni will get involved.
And again, the easiest part of hockey is to be critical of the refs.
Yes.
It is a hard job.
Oh, couldn't imagine.
And with Kenny, it is only his 3rd game as a head ref. So there's going to be some feeling out for the players. Some might feel that there's too much getting let go. Some might feel like he's letting them play. But at the end of the day, it's his final word. Not much you can do about it.
Yep. Great. Grace is just waiting for all the dust to settle, and she'll march off. Oh, well. Let's go we'll have a quick break. See that temperature in the hot tub's a little warm. I just might wait I'm gonna. Oh, they're bringing up more drinks. All right. Well, we're gonna take a break, and we'll get back to you for the third period.
This live coverage is brought to you by the film crew. This live coverage is brought to you by the film crew.
And we're back here, third period. It's a hot time in the old town tonight. Big battle between the SkyCity Stampede and the Botany Swarm. We're in the third period, starting the third period. Colin, what a fracas, what a mess near the end of that second period.
Yeah, it's emotions boiling over, but you can understand it from a player's perspective. There's a nonsensical play made by Vortinov. Burns doesn't like it. It's a penalty, but no arm goes up, so obviously the player takes it into his own hands. And then you see all 10 players on the ice. A little bit of a skirmish.
Yes, so they're just ironing it out as we speak. I think some penalties will be dished out.
I believe the Stampede will be starting a 5-on-4.
Great time to thank our sponsors. Of course, we've got SkyCity for main sponsor of the SkyCity Stampede, the Queenstown Ice Hockey Club, Impact, Eventifind, Upholstery Workshop, Media Works, Sign It Signs, James Ellen Photography, huge, great pictures. You can see them online. Queenstown Health, AWS Legal, Concrete Brothers, and NASCO Factory. Big thanks to all you guys. And remembering that tonight's game is also, the winner of this game will take home the cup, the Toa Kohanga Riri Teo Cup. And this could be interesting because it's only 1-0. We've got a huge 20 minutes to play. This may boil over. Put the lid on the kettle because things might boil. Here we go.
Apart from the first two periods, every other period's been tied.
And that was an early penalty because of a 5-on-3. Well, 5-on-3 was, so Silver leaves for Amston. Amston over the red line, fires it in. 5-on-4. Controlled by McCog. Can't keep it in as McCray. McCray's looking at his stick like it has a hole in it or something. Silver, red line, stopped by Mawson, who fires it back in. Amston, Sofer, can't quite hit Freer. McCog picks that up to the corner where McCray along the boards. McCray to the point, cross ice. Sofer rails it around to McCray in the corner. Good control by the Stampede. They need to move it in though. Block shot of McCray's. Flick to Amston, McCray. Back behind the net to McCog. McCog centering. Puck rolling around. Ends up behind the net and in the corner where McCray picks it up along the boards. Leaves for Amston on the point. Back to McCray. Back behind the net. to McCog. McCray shot. Beautiful save. And Sofer picks up his own rebound and pops it in.
Yeah, as a goalie, that's all you can do is make that save.
She made that spectacular slide across save.
Not many are making that side to side, but the last person you can blame for that is the goaltender. And that is the second Enigma Hockey power play goal for the SkyCity Stampede tonight.
So the Enigma power play, that's right, you can.
And that's what happens when you get that pressure, right?
Yeah, just closing in and closing in and closing in.
You can see the Stampede didn't have their normal unit out there, so instead of doing their standard umbrella, they worked the overload to perfection.
So now that penalty's over, is washed out. So now we have 5-on-5 with 18:15 left in this third period. Still only 2-0 as Steen pushes it into SkyCity Stampede territory. Hurley can't get it out. Andy Hay dumps it into the corner. Centering to Vortnoff. Vortnoff takes a shot. He's knocked down hard.
Big block shot there by the Stickler.
Stickler. Hurley in the corner, and it's finally cleared out where Steen takes it to the red line. Atwell can't hang on to it. And Puckett picks it up on the red line. Hurley can't muscle through it, but McCogrit picks it up and tucks it into the corner. Gives chase. He's all by himself. Well, he's got his brother there now. Brother takes a shot. Max takes a shot and is rolling around on the slot, but safely tapped out to the neutral zone where Hill can't get a handle on it as he's forced off the puck by McCog. Max McCog taken down by Mawson, caught with his head down.
That's not a play you want to be a recipient of, that's for sure.
No, Mawson's a big unit. And Thuler over the red line, fires it in, rolls puck rolling, where Lockie Freer from Mitchell Freer, and Lockie just taps it to the red line. McCog gives chase on Thuler. And finally he's bounced off the puck, but Cummins gets it and fires it. It's kicked back out where Ollie Hay picks it up in the neutral zone, carries to his own zone. Steen up to the blue line. Thuler over the red line. Thuler. Freer makes a beautiful foot save there and kicks it out. And I'm not sure what, there's a slash on Freer.
Can't comment as I didn't see it.
No. Trip. Interesting. So, just when Stampede looked like they were getting some momentum, this is a really special occasion, opportunity for the Botany Swarm. Needing a goal out of this power play, I'd say, Colin.
Yeah, it's still early enough where there's not too much snow buildup.
Connor Harrison gives chase, where Sandoy picks it up. Remy Sandoy, blue line.
Given the way their last power play went, I'm surprised to not see Polozov out there with the first unit.
They might be saving him. So, finally cleared by Connor. Connor Harrison clears it down.
Partial change for both teams.
It's Kozak over the red line, tries to dance past True, pushes him off the puck. And Amston can't quite clear it, so Thuler has it on the far side blue line, and marches it in behind the net, where True picks it up and just fires it down.
For all those young players watching, that's a perfect play right there by Cam True. No need to throw it up the wall when you have that time. Throw it up the middle where no one's at.
Polozov's out there now, Colin. Watch. We'll see what happens.
See if he takes my advice and just takes it up again.
Well, he's red line. Vortnov over the blue line.
See, now getting the zone is not an issue for the Swarm.
No, it's
what they're doing when they're in there.
That's right. Mawson on the point. Polozov, cross ice, big block by Max McCog. Polozov, corner, back to Polozov. Vortno misses Vortno. Or a Thuler on that pass. Huge, that's an unusual error for Polozov. And look at that.
Doesn't matter what you do, Harry McCog's still going to come at.
Yep. Just hungry for it. Tangles up time as Hopkinson is tapped off the puck.
Stampede are now at full strength.
And Hopkinson in the corner. Shot. Saved by Aston Brooks. Kozak. Big shot. And it's off of Aston's pads and ends up all the way down on the blue line where Mawson starts to get a head of steam up. Over the blue line. Mawson takes a shot off the glass. Kozak with it. Back to the point. Shot. Bit of a muddle in. So we have a slashing penalty. The slash.
Another ticky-tack slash on Connor Harrison. Now I do understand what the ref's doing. He's trying to call those penalties to keep players from taking them, but the ones he's calling aren't the ones that he technically should be calling. Coming from a player's perspective, of course. Fans might disagree, but.
So we've got another 2-minute advantage for the Botany Swarm. And Kozak on the blue line sweeps it into where Janssen behind the net tries to center it, and bangs off the post. And McCrae with it. McCrae decides to march it out instead of firing it up, and finally does. Where Sofer levels Kozak. No penalty on that hit.
No.
And true. Back to Amston. Amston across to McCrae. It's Kenny. Ken Gustafson.
The perfect place at the wrong time, one might say.
And a bounce. Back to Grace Harrison, who hits Sandoy on the blue line. Turns it around. Starts marching up, red line, over the blue line. And he's got Atwell with him, but it's just bounced off. See, they're not doing that anymore. They're charging in, one-hit wonders. Frustration, maybe, Colin?
Frustration and a little bit too big of a rush right now, trying to get that perfect play rather than just set it up, get that greasy goal.
Yeah, they should not. They should know how to break it out. Polozov on the red line. Great maneuvering by Polozov.
So there's no issue when Polozov has the puck on his stick.
No, it's Thuler with it now. Thuler puts it wide of the net. And Burns trying to get it out. Fighting for it. He's got two tangled up Swarm players. McCog goes in to help. Behind the net, Polozov. Behind the net.
Got 5 seconds left here on the power play.
Yeah, beautiful chewing up of that penalty. There's only been a couple shots on net. Polozov behind the net. Polozov takes it off the post. Sandoy takes a shot wide, and it can't be kept in. Mawson's forced all the way back. And, of course, Hurley gives chase on Mawson. Hurley's trying to. And Carson Pratt says hello to Mawson. Caught his head down.
Kozak with a nice entry, a little button hook.
And behind the net goes Swarm and cleared out by Amston.
Some good weight, so it won't be icing.
And hey. Clears it out. Van Stickle with it in his own zone. Van Stickle giving the boys a chance for a change. Connor Harrison can't quite center it as he chases that puck down, but it's still turned over to Sofer. Sofer, bad bouncing pass to
just wide.
Amston, who can't get a decent shot on it. Just wide. Centering pass, no one there. And Amston tries to center. Amston again, puck bouncing around high slot, and ends up in Janssen's stick over the red line. Tapped off his stick. just as he enters the blue line. Amston across to Sofer. Sofer off the boards to McCray. Just tangled up. And it rolls out to the red line. 10 minutes, 5 seconds left in this third period. Mawson marches over the red line. Mawson blue line, and offsides the call. I think Hill was one toe over the line.
With that last shift, you saw a lot of possession. We saw a lot of good defensive positioning by the Swarm. They were letting them have it on the wall, but nothing much more than that.
Big thanks to all you listeners out there. Big weekend of hockey, especially if you watch the Canterbury Admirals game as well. Another game tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon. Get your fix, your hockey fix.
Ref is just letting the benches know. He's got his eyes and ears open for everything on the ice.
Fuller shot wide from the blue line. Freer can't get it out. And finally it bounces out to his brother, Lockie Freer. He's got shot just wide. He's got a rifle of a shot.
Yeah, he does.
Good opportunity there, forcing Cummings to the corner. That's tapped up to Winston Lee. And ends up behind the net where Burns picks it up. Starts to march it out. Burns past Mawson. Can't quite get a handle on it as McCog picks it up. Leaves for Burns and taps it in, giving everybody a chance for a line change. Mawson with it now in his own zone. Mawson.
Good
red line.
time.
Steps past Van Stickle. Shot off a skate wide to the corner. Atwell on the red line. Mawson and Van Stickle tangled up along the board.
I don't think I've seen someone's face hit the front of the boards as hard as that without a penalty.
Now, Amston tried to march through a series of players, and Andrew Hayes.
A lot of happy fans with that one.
So, hands up. Oh, Vortnoff has been snagged. Tripping.
That was to finish off an excellent personal effort by Steph Amston right there.
Amston marched through a series of Swarm players. So the element of frustration will start setting in on the Swarm, I believe. They need to keep level heads. They're only 2 goals down.
This is where they need to have the good PK.
Yes, they
need to stop here, because if Stampede do go up 3-0, then that's
nails in coffin.
Pretty insurmountable lead when you only have 6-7 minutes left.
Burnsy. That bullet scored earlier this year against
the Thunder, yeah.
Thunder, so.
That 5-on-3 goal, a little one-timer.
Timeout called. Good time to thank our sponsors. Big thanks to Ted and Dan Graham, who set up the ice and prepare this place.
Yep, best ice in the country here in Queenstown.
Amston keeps it in. McCog behind the net. McCray in the corner. Mike McCray. Burns. McCray along the boards. McCog behind the net. Back to McCray along the boards. Just trying to find an opening. Rinse and repeat. Burns keeps it in across to McCray. McCray taps it in front. Puck rolling around in the high slot. Amston. Amston can't get a good. And just a series of a tussle in front of the net.
Some good puck movement, but also some puck luck right there, as the Swarm did have some good sticks.
We've got 7 minutes, 31 seconds left in this period, and 1 minute, 3 seconds left in the penalty.
They're going to be taking that offside outside as Callum Burns came below the ringette line, which for those watching, it's just the top of the circles. So defenseman goes past that after a whistle. The next faceoff will be outside the zone.
Off the glass. And Burns is forced behind his own net. Lead pass McCog. McCog over the blue line. He's got Amson and McCray along the far side, along the boards. Kept in. Big work by Burns to keep that in. Leg save. Across to McCray along the boards. McCray moves in, takes that shot.
Easy glove save by Grace Harrison.
Nice work.
The older McCray gets, the slower the shot, so you just got to work on that accuracy.
You're so mean. So for taking Connor Harrison's place. Face off to the right of Harrison.
30 seconds left here on the power play.
McCray. Back to McCray. Shot off a skate. Rolls out. Burns with Johnson giving chase. Cross ice to McCray over the blue line along the board. Shovels it into the corner. Sofer back to McCray. 4 seconds. That penalty's pretty much over, Colin.
Yep.
So, oh my goodness. No big wind up.
No. Little snapshot from the blue line there. Came about 10 seconds after Adam Sofer just missed it. It is an even strength goal, so all these players do get a +1. Unfortunately, it wasn't a power play goal, but still up 3-0. Like I was saying earlier in the power play, up by 3, down by 3 with 6 minutes to go. You're going to see the differing strategies. You'll see the Swarm's defensemen starting to jump up a little bit more, whereas the Stampede are most likely going to play that chip and chase or puck possession down low game.
Yeah, Swarm will have to be taking more risks. And the Stampede will just have to screw the lid on it so they don't get penalized. Van Stickle put Mawson down. I think that's a payback from earlier in this period. True. Carson Pratt. Mawson's hunting. It's a fair bit of hitting going on.
Yep. Sorry about that. Well, that's an inadvertent hip check by Thomas Carson Pratt on Thuler.
Could be the best hit of the game.
Yeah.
But in front of the net, banging at it. Brooksy just jumps on it. A little bit of desperation there. Thuler.
Yeah, it wasn't a purposeful hit.
No. In fact, Thuler should have had his head up and moved away from that because Pratt was skidding along the ice.
Lost an edge. And
lost an edge, yep.
TCP will take it. Thuler understood that it wasn't
no, he didn't argue it.
malicious or anything like that, so he got up right after that. Got 5:40 here.
Yeah, face off in the offside circle. Tapped up. And Hay with it. Taps it up the boards. But not quite cleared out yet. Beautiful work by True. McCog. A lot of hustle out of him again.
Yep. Every shift, he'll skate till he's tired.
Yep, and then he recovers after 20 seconds.
Yep.
Lockie Freer pushes it up to his brother Max. Max McCog, sorry. Back to the point. Harrison, wide shot. True, taps it into the corner.
Now you're seeing today what we saw the first 4 games of the season, whereas the third period is Stampede's strong suit.
Just powering through.
I believe in the second period we had 5 shots towards the net. Maybe 3 of them landed. And then now we have 2 goals in the third for the Stampede. So not sure what was said in the dressing room, but something fired them up.
Mawson waits to the line. The zone is clear. Janssen. Mike McCray taking offense to that penalty. But Sofer sitting in the bin.
It's 2 minutes for checking to the head.
So
2 big bodies running into each other. Looks like the Swarm are pulling the goalie. We got 6 attackers. 4 minutes to go, down by 3.
It's for all the marbles here. Hungry for that cup. Brooksy, glove save, stops things.
His hand was getting cold, so he wanted to catch it, hold on to it.
Yeah.
But again, right there, win the draw, you get that one chance. The goalie or the defenseman shuts it down. In this case, it was Brooksy who caught it, stopped it, got that whistle.
And here's a chance. Marching it up is Thuler over the blue line. Thuler takes it to the corner, slams on the brakes. He's got Kozak with him. Kozak takes it behind the net.
Now, unless you practice a 6-on-5 or a 6-on-4 in practice,
it's just another body out there.
You're not looking or knowing where to go, and you're noticing that with the Swarm. They're having their 2-point man up top. The 4 guys down low are very much bumped together.
Yeah, they're no organization in that. That's an actual strategy. They have to practice that 6-man rush.
They're looking to put 7 guys out right now, but
so easy to coach from up here, Colin.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm surprised they haven't asked me to play.
In a couple weeks, we'll be coaching down on the Wakatipu Wild bench.
That's right.
NZIHL season's about to kick off.
For those that didn't know, Colin head coach, and I help him out on the Wakatipu Wild women's, and they've got their first round here in Queenstown.
Yep.
With 1 minute left in that penalty.
We've got 2 of the 3 regular season rounds being held here, and our 1 away round for the regular season is going to be in Auckland, and the finals in Dunedin.
Great hockey too, those women. So McCog stops that shot, or blocks that shot, or deflects that shot of Polozov off the timber, stops things, slow, makes everybody have to reset, takes that momentum away from the Swarm. 57 seconds left of the penalty, 3 minutes left. It's doable, but man, what a chore ahead of them for the Swarm.
Yeah, it's always got to get that first one.
Yeah.
Once you get that first one, you get that confidence, trying to build off it.
Yeah, crack the code, the Aston Brooks code. Don't know what it is. Sandoy. Vortnov. Sandoy, shot off the glass, picked up by Polozov. Polozov behind the net. Polozov takes a narrow angle shot. It's just more of the same at the moment. Can't move in. Atwell.
Got 25 seconds left on that power play.
Vortnov with it. Back to Polozov. Polozov, shot, blocked. Puck fired all the way down the ice, giving the Stampede a chance to change the horses.
By the time they get back up here, it'll be even strength.
Puckett hit hard by, oh man, Brooks, he pulls one out of the soup.
Since the first puck drop last night, it's been a very hard thing to do is to beat Aston Brooks. The 1 goal the Swarm had yesterday was a broken play, puck in the slot, caught him off guard, whereas today every shot's right to his chest, right to his glove, walkered out, sticking out, kicked out.
So Connor Harrison oh, a little bit of blood on his face. Who was that?
That's Puckett.
Yes, and just wanting a penalty out of that.
Took a high stick that last shift, potentially. Not sure if you could hear the whistle. Not many of the players did, but that was an icing. You had Cam True looking for his first goal this season.
Just got to get it on target.
With 2 minutes to go, up by 3. That can be a play that you can try out if you're Cam True. You're trusting your forwards are going to win the draws.
Big thanks to all you people listening and your comments. Hopefully they're positive.
Huge thank you again to Joel LeBrunton on the camera.
Yes.
And Joe Murdy working behind the scenes with the live stream.
So bringing you some Saturday night entertainment. Nothing on Netflix, so might as well watch some hockey. Just freight train, Jansson's freight train in front of the net, head down, stick handling. Puck rolling around in front. Still 1 minute 48 left.
Looks like Connor Harrison's getting a cross-checking penalty there.
And that'll see him out.
It's the rest of the game unless the Swarm do get that goal. I see Jacques Kemp behind the net. He's the goal judge for tonight. Not doing much work, but he's got a good view. No goals on this side of the end. The first, second, or so far yet in the third.
Yeah. Father of Cornelius Kemp.
Cornelius Kemp and Inga Kemp, who's also playing for the Wakatipu Wild.
Back to Mawson. Mawson shot. Big kick save. Oh, Remy Sandoy misses a chance there of an open net as Aston Brooks was caught out of position saving Mawson's shot. 3 of the Botany Swarm players tangled up in the corner against Freer, and finally they get it out. Bortnoff, Atwell, shot, blocked, back onto Vartnoff's stick on the blue line, across to Sandoy. Sandoy, Polozov along the boards, across to Atwell. I don't know if that was a fake or a whiff, but oh, yeah.
We got 1 minute left in the third period here.
Yes, so Sandoy over the blue line. And once again, funny old ending. When Max McCog was marching down there, that reminded me of what they used to do at halftime. They shot from halfway, go in $100 or something.
Just a bit wide.
Mawson
gets 2 for cross-check with 36 seconds to go.
I think Kozak's arguing the wipeout that occurred afterwards, but there was no control in that. Whoever it was knocked down hard. Harrison comes back into the net.
So it should be 4-on-4 for 36 seconds unless the Swarm intend on pulling Grace again.
Great opportunity. You guys get to watch this. You think it's over, but it's never over. Off that low beam.
Most teams are used to having the high ceilings, but the QIA, when it was built way back when, they did not foresee people throwing pucks up into the air.
Yeah. Back in the day.
Back when it was the Queenstown Fun Center.
Johnson, red line. Sandoy, blue line shot.
And the Swarm are indeed pulling Grace Harrison for the last 23.3 seconds. We got Kozak, Janssen, Hopkinson, Sandoy, and Thuler.
Just trying to crack the Brooks code. Aston Brooks, just that unfortunate goal last night. He may have I don't want to curse it, so I'll just be quiet.
That's out the zone.
Lockie
Freer
Freer
racing it down.
Scores, finally. Nails in the coffin. 12 seconds left in the third period. Lockie Freer, empty net, goal.
He thought he had one in the first period.
That's right. Took him 2 more periods to get it right.
He made sure to make that one count for the night. So now you're going to have 12 seconds to go. You have Tyler Challoner, one of the younger players on the Stampede out there, as well as Webb for the Swarm. I believe that's his first shift as well.
Carson Pratt.
And it should be 4-on-4, but the Swarm have 5 skaters on the ice.
Yeah, but in the long run, doesn't matter.
No.
Well, there we go.
And that shutout right there for Aston Brooks will tie him with Grace Harrison for a first in the league. They'll both have 1.
And that bumps the Stampede even further out of reach.
So after today's action, you have the Stampede 6-0, sitting with 18 points. In second place, thanks to Chris Eden's 3-point effort today with his Enigma hockey stick. They're going to be in second place with 8 points.
So that's Christchurch.
West Auckland Admirals are in third with 7 as they got that consolation point, losing in overtime.
And then
fourth place will be the Swarm at 6 points. And Thunder are currently sitting at 0. There will be another game tomorrow, Admirals versus the Red Devils.
That could shift things a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens. Anyway, huge weekend of hockey. Big exciting game tonight. Big thanks to all you people listening.
And the best part about hockey is they're trying to kill each other out there for 60 minutes, and now they're shaking hands.
Yep. Yep, big hugs. Polozov giving Aston Brooks that smile on his face. Spectacular. Never seen it not on his face.
Yeah, as they always say, play between the whistles.
Yep.
It's a very emotional sport, but once the game's over, you leave it on the ice.
Fantastic. Well, until the next home game, I'm Dave Dubnik.
I'm Colin McIntosh.
Thanks for listening.